10 easy questions which I can tell you, which will help you to prepare very well and answer it and crack it and get cleared and get selected in a company or institute very easily. Hi, my name is Heston Dias. I am a third engineer. I'm a faculty. I'm a creator. And my channel is Basic Marine Engineering. You want to know more? You want to learn more? You have to follow or subscribe to my channel. Starting the first question. Tell me something about yourself. This is a very simple question which can be asked in different ways, but many a times we just ignore it. Or we think we know about I know about myself. How can I make a mistake? And that's the reason we tend to ignore it. But what happens when you're answering an interview? You're not facing with your friends. You're not sitting with your friends. You're not facing your friends, or you're not, answering against your teacher. You're answering against a person who you have seen maybe first time, who might be, a topmost position in a company, a superintendent, and that is the time you fumble up. And what happens? You tend to tell anything haywire. So best way to answer this, first of all, what you have to do is prepare for this. Write it down. Okay, write everything down. Write about yourself. When I say about yourself, write about your educational qualification, who is there in your family, what are your likes. Okay, if possible, if you have done something amazing work, if you have done some part-time job, you have done something which an interview person who is taking might feel impressed, so that you can include. But understand one thing, that you have to keep it short. No one is going to listen for more than 60 seconds. So it has to be short. So what you do, you first write it down, prepare it well. Nowadays, everyone has a camera, record, see yourself, try to understand yourself, how I can improve. If you have friends, everyone does have friends. So why don't you just call a friend and say it in front of him? Take his guidance, take his feedback, and then you are able to improve on it. Okay. So that is the first question which can come to you. Tell me about yourself. Okay. Prepare it. Second question which can come, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Now, whenever you are going to be asked this, make sure you tell good strengths. What are there within you. Don't try to Google up and try to tell something which is not real. Because what is going to happen is, any question which is answered, you would imagine that there is going to be 2, 3 sub questions or cross questions which are going to come for you. So that is the time you should be reading. And after taking interviews, after numerous interviews, the person who is on the other side is very experienced. Even now, I can tell people when they are telling something fabricated. So don't try to tell something which is which looks made up, and try to have something like which is very simple and silly, like which doesn't make sense, which you might have happened only once a time. Like, I'm a good leader, but where have you shown your leadership skills? Nowhere, because that is the second question which is going to be asked actually. So make sure you prepare well on this. The weakness part. You cannot just say, I don't have any weakness. Everyone has weakness. Weakness should be something that you have been having this weakness, you have learned about this weakness, you have taken some steps about this weakness, and you are slowly improving on this weakness. Okay. Don't include too many weaknesses. Make sure you think what you say. Don't include weaknesses that I get angry, I cannot control my anger. Something like this is definitely going to be a no-no for selection. Okay. So make sure you think before, or process it. Just don't type something on the Google and find it out and then just go and speak it out loud, because that is not going to be good for you. So many a times people are getting stuck in such questions. They don't get cleared because of such questions, and then they wonder, like, they will come out and they will say, like, Arey, I was not even asked a technical question. It is basically because people are not just going to check for your technical, they are also going to check for your attitude. And on ship, attitude is very, very important. Okay. And they have to know whether you are good enough for the ship or not. Look, no one needs rocket science guys on ship. Everyone needs guys who are really smart and hardworking and who are consistent and who will stay on ship. So that is a very, very important factor. And with that, the third question comes. Why you want to join marine engineering, or why marine? Okay. Now, this is the time. It is not like he's expecting you to tell something about money, something about It is not like you should not be telling about money, or you should tell about money. I like money, that's why I've joined. No, it has to be real. Okay, it has to be real and it has to be genuine. The actual reason why you join. And if you have no idea why you joined, then you should think over it. You should give some time to understand why exactly you joined before you go to an interview. So this is very important to understand and to explain there also. It has to be genuine. It should not be like, very selfish also. If they realize you are very selfish and you just have a short-term goal, then obviously they are not going to select it. So make sure you are prepared well for this question. Okay. Another question which can be asked is any relative in marine, and many times they might not ask if you have any relative, any friend, any cousin, someone is there in marine who is there on ship. It's a plus point. So if someone is there, then find out about him. So this is the place or this is the time when he can be asking you about him, okay, about that person. So you should know very well. It is not just like you tell him, okay, my uncle is there, but then when he asks you what he's doing, you don't know. Which rank he's sailing, you don't know. Which ship he is, you don't know. You should be thorough about him because you have shown interest in marine engineering, you have shown interest in joining ship, and then you don't know the you don't know anything about the person who is very close to you and who can guide you very well, then it doesn't look nice. Okay, and people are not going to select you if that happens. On the other hand, if you know everything, your interview might go in that direction and all the questions will come from that side. What kind of ship, what kind of cargo, what kind of places he has been, what are the safeties for this cargo. So all those things can be, what are special machinery on the ship. So from here, the interview can go on the other side, provided you know things very well. Then questions can be asked like with respect to ships, type of ships, something like it can be also asked what is Archimedes Principle, and what type of ships you know about, what are the cargoes which are carried on those different types of ships. So this kind of things can be asked. Okay, so be prepared for those things also. Coming to technical part, first of all, what they will try to do is they will ask something about your engineering degree or your diploma. So whatever you have studied previously. So things could be like, what is the difference between two-stroke and four-stroke? What are the different laws they can ask? What are the what are gears? Different types of gears, gear ratios, anything with regards to your somewhere one question will be picked up and the question will be asked. So for that reason, you have to make sure you know about your engineering degree or diploma from where you have come. Then the next favorite question is, what do you know about ship machinery? So question can be directly asked, tell me about my machinery, or it could be like, do you know how fresh water is produced on ship? Do you know the working principle of fresh water generator? So here what you have to tell is basically you have to reach the fresh water generator, tell how it is being produced on ship without and heating it, to a very high temperature. You're just heating it around 60 degrees, and at 40 degrees you're producing water because it is under vacuum. So all those things detail you should be prepared very well. Then something like what is the type of fuel which is used on ship? So nowadays there are different types of fuels which are used, but earlier mostly the answer which was looked was for heavy oil. And after that, the next question would be like, what is a purifier? And what is the working principle of a purifier? How oil is purified and why it is required? All those questions can be asked in the next set of questions which can be there. Look, I'm trying to give you all 10 super questions. Okay. It's like variations are always there, but you should know on which topic or which area this question will be asked. So that's the reason I've told you, you know, two or three probable questions. Obviously, it cannot be like, standard questions because every person is different. Every superintendent, every HR person is different. He's liking towards a certain thing will be different. So you might have variation in questions which are asked. Another question which can be asked on is safeties. Okay. Now, safety can vary from MARPOL to SOLAS to whatever. Suppose it depends on what level you are. Okay. So if you are a student who is already doing his GME, who is already studying, then a level of question which can be asked is higher. What are the regulations in what are the regulations for certain thing, or what are the annexures in MARPOL? What is the regulation for pumping out oily bilges from engine room? What is a oily water separator? So that set of questions will come in one safety question which can be asked. And sometimes it would be asked about enclosed space. What is the enclosed space? Working of load. Then any about permits. So this that can be asked in this ninth question which is there. And also sometimes can be asked about incinerator. Okay, so what is sewage treatment plant? How is garbage taken care on ship? So these things can be asked in this set of questions. And the last question which can be asked is whether you want to ask about the company or you want to ask something. So this question is a tricky question. Many a times we think, oh no, I don't have any questions. Or you might just, not ask for anything. But what happens is the facial expression will tell a lot of things, that whether you have found out about the company, you know anything about the company. So many a times it will always be good that you have some idea prepared about the company you're interviewing, about the college you're answering. So know things very, very well. And the last thing sometimes it is asked is about general knowledge. So have some idea about what is going around. Uh, what was the cricket match? What was the war which happened? What anything which happened recently? That is a question which can be asked just to get an idea whether you are active on you're smart enough and you're taking part in other things. Just to understand that this question will be asked. Hope this question can help you. I mean, obviously, I have not given the answers. So what you have to do is you have to prepare. If possible, whenever I get time, I will break down one question, or you can go through my channel and you'll find a lot of stuff. Someone who is preparing for interview, someone who is trying to enter a company or an institute, please share this video with him. Till my next video, best of luck, keep safe.